Hi, hello, namaste, sat sri akal, salam alaikum, hola. We are at Learning Gallery. I'm Asthagill and this is my podcast series in specific for writing skills. Essay topics and IELTS writing tasks demand good content, vocabulary, style and structuring, and of course, expression of your thoughts in an interesting manner. So this podcast series aims to make that possible. What you have to do right now is sit back, relax, and give your ear to this. And yes, don't forget to keep a pen and notebook handy to make points. So here's the topic for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm going to talk about language diversity today. Every year, many languages die, but it doesn't matter because life will be easier if there are fewer languages in the world. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Yes, that's the topic. Is the topic roaring at you? There is nothing to worry. Just roar back in your own voice confidently. Let us begin with focus on forming a skeleton that can support your write-up. Your write-up must begin with an interesting statement. So from the topic, find the keywords and pen down a one-liner that gives a kickstart to your essay or your write-up. Okay, so how about something like this? One evident similarity of the living beings is that we all are different from each other. Or maybe you can write, in the book of diversity, the way we communicate is in the first chapter itself. So this is something that came to my mind when I read the topic. You might have something different, so go ahead, fit your thoughts in one statement and throw it as a punchline. For a kickstart, you have to think just about the subject, not the topic as a whole. Okay, now moving on, I'll now explain the topic in my own way, and that's called paraphrasing. Yes, that's right. What is the topic all about? Put that in your own words, in your own style. Human species itself is so beautifully distinct from place to place and region to region that it can take many lifetimes to experience this melange. Our ways of communication are even more sundry than that of the animal kingdom. The lion roars, the cow moos, the bats screech, the cock crows. Each distinct sound gives them a unique identity. Similarly, every language that we use represents our culture and belongingness to our clan or community. So this is something that I feel can be used as the paraphrasing part of the write-up. I am trying to give an understanding of the topic, and I'm also trying to put forward certain points which are taking us forward towards the whole content of the essay. You know what? Ironically, we are distinct even in the way we take the extension of different languages. Now let us first get on to reasons why some are so comfortable with the concept of having one language. See, one language can make communication easy, simplified, and a standard way to get jobs done. Business communication will have lesser challenges associated with language. Some very popular languages like English and Mandarin are facilitating travel and exploring the world conveniently. However, just a little thought on letting our regional language, our very own language, fade out can change one's perspective on this. My write-up will now focus on why. So the concern isn't only about thousands of interpreters and translators losing their jobs, effect on employment opportunities, and a bad hit on the global economy. But there's much more to it. The disappearance of lesser-known languages is going to erode the cultural identity of certain races, thereby creating a dominance of a few cultures. This would influence not only the way we talk, but also what we want to talk about. Language is not just a use of words, it is more about ways of expressing thoughts, and feelings, and doing that in some other language is always less satisfying. Prevalence of one dominant language, for example English, can aggravate the sense of cultural inferiority among speakers of other cultures. Disappearance of a language will eventually lead to loss of culture too. For instance, Latin is already a dead language, neither spoken nor used in the present times, and the culture that backed up Latin is also unfortunately lost. Cultural loss will eventually lead to loss of values, education, and ways of living. So, the gist of it is that while languages like English enable cross-cultural communication, we must not let any heat harm the lesser spoken languages. You don't want to be laughed at not knowing words that don't belong to you. Who you are, where you belong to, what makes your clan special would be questions of the past. Same is boring and variety is alluring. So that's what my write-up will have on a topic like this. Time for you to share your thoughts on this. So pour your opinion and thoughts, and if you wish to share, do that on my email ID. All the very best and happy learning!